Welcome to the team builder for the finals of the GNDL JoJo Flight Season 8, blah blah blah, all that stuff. For the finals, we're playing against the Ceaseless Edgers, coached by Lonk. This is very exciting because I didn't play this team in regular season. If I had it my way, I would have played only teams I didn't play in the regular season in playoffs. I don't really like rematches because I feel like I've already blown all the funny stuff that I wanted to bring to in the first match. But this is good because it's not a rematch. This is really cool. This is a pretty big match for me because if I win, it'll be the first time I've ever won a whole season of a draft league. Well, this is, one flight, and it's not the top flight. But it'll be the first time I've won more than just a game, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the season was also the first time that I've ever gone better than 4-4 in regular season, by going 8-0, which is a little bit better. I think previously I've gone 1-8 twice. Those two were both in not the GNDL, because GNDL has 8 weeks regular season. That league had 9. And then I've also gone 4-4 twice, and I've gone 3-5 once. Yeah, I don't really know what happened this season. I just randomly became better at the game, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I win, it'll also be the first time in the JoJo Flight, at least, that anybody has won a season without dropping a single game, because no one who went undefeated in the regular season won playoffs, I don't think. And if they did, it would have been back when the playoffs games were all best of 3, and they might have lost one game while winning the set. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not actually sure about that. I just heard it from Butts, who is running the JoJo Flight, so he's probably right. Anyway, I should probably start talking about the matchup instead of yapping about why this match is pretty cool. My opponent's team is very, very hyper offensive and quite scary. It consists of Tapu Koko, Sneasler, Landorus Incarnate, Terra Iron Crown, Mega Blastoise, which can't use Shell Smash, thank God. Anyway, it also has Incineroar, Zarina, Sableye, Terra Frosmoth, and Glimmet. This team scares me a lot. It adds a lot of big threats into my team, such as Sneasler and Lando Eye and Iron Crown and offensive Mega Blastoise and Frosmoth. I'm serious. Frosmoth is a genuine issue. Not even Quiver-Dance. Well, Quiver-Dance Frosmoth is also an issue. But a bigger issue is just like specially defensive Frosmoth. Like Terra Fairy Spadef Frosmoth with like Stun Spore, U-Turn. I don't even know what the other two moves are. It's very difficult for my team to break because they're kind of all special attackers, or they're just I don't know. I just don't. It's difficult for me to break through Frosmoth in a lot of situations because Annihilate keeps ending up being dead, which is not very good, evidently, if you're trying to kill a Frosmoth with it, and Cloyster just like dies to Ice Beam uninvested because it's a Cloyster. Not much else I can say about that one. Anyway, I should talk about what I'm bringing. First Pokemon is Choice Specs Greninja. My opponent's only resistances to water are Mega Blastoise and Zarina. If the Zarina isn't Synthesis, it's pretty easy to chip down through like hazards and stuff, like especially if it's AV. And Mega Stoise, it has no reliable recovery and it can't be boots, so it's actually kind of annoying for me to chip down because I don't really have much good to switch into it, which is unfortunate. But it's fine. We can chip it down. It's all good. But yeah, once those two have been sufficiently chipped, an endgame of just clicking Choice Spec Surf is very easy and possible. unless there's like Terra Water Frostmoth, in which case I probably lose. But yeah, we're running Battle Bond over Protean because if I get a kill with Surf, then Specs +1 Surf kind of just starts nuking things which aren't Assault Vest Arena, especially defensive Frostmoth. Actually, Spadaf Frostmoth still kind of gets 2-shot, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. And Mega Blastoise takes quite a lot if it's not specially defensive as well. So, if I can get enough chip on those Pokemon, then I can pretty easily just like win the game with Greninja by clicking Surf. My other 3 moves are kind of just filler moves. U-turn lets me pivot if I don't want to kill something or if I just want to click a safe U-turn. Dark Pulse lets me get more damage on the things which are not surfing. And Water Shuriken lets me revenge kill something that gets out of hand, like Sword Stance Sneasler, which is Pot Unburden, like Rock Polish Lando Eye, like an Agility Iron Crown, like I don't know, an Incineroar that's gotten up like 5 flame charges for some reason. Yeah, stuff like that. Pretty simple set with just enough speed to outrun max speed Sneasler before Unburden. And then with max special attack. This is not a complicated set. The other reason that I'm Battle Bond is for Iron Crown. Like, if I can trick a Choice Scarf onto Crown with a Rotom, then I want to be able to click Surf because it's more free than Dark Pulse a lot of the time. And still be immune to a Psychic move if that's what it decides to lock itself into. That's why I'm not Protean. Also, Protean just didn't really have too much of an upside since most of the time I'm clicking stab moves, and having Protean on U-turn doesn't help that much. Second Pokemon is Teleport Cloyster. Yeah, this Cloyster set is pretty stupid because I built it and then I realized that most of it is kind of useless, but I don't care. It's Terra Poison Covert Cloak. It's very obviously here to check Sneasler. Covert Cloak is so I don't get slept or paralyzed by Diaclaw, and then it sets up 3 Sword Stances against Cloyster, and then Cloyster dies and suits my whole team, because that would be bad. We have 84 attack EVs, so that I'm pretty sure it was so that 2 liquidations into an Ice Shard, all min roll, is a guaranteed kill on a Sneasler with enough HP investment so that... Wait, no, let me restart this. A Sneasler with enough speed so that once it pops Unburden, it's faster than max speed Choice Scarf Greninja. With max attack and the rest in HP, is guaranteed to die to 2 min roll liquidations into 1 min roll Ice Shard from 84 attack Cloyster. That's what the attack EVs are on Cloyster for. Then I max defense plus defense nature and then max HP. Yeah, that's it. I realized only after building and doing a million mocks that it's kind of redundant because Sneasler is very likely to be Electric Seed or just Choice Scarf. So it kind of doesn't matter. And if it's bulk up, I'm kind of just screwed. There's not much I can do if it's bulk up Sneasler. Although, if it's like Flying Gem Acrobatics, it might be able to break Cloyster. We're going to ignore that. But if it's Flying Gem Acro, then the EVs will help if it's that exact spread, which I think it could be. Will it be? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. That's like insanely slow before it goes for the Acro. If I was max speed Ape, it would probably just be slower. Might even be slower than max speed Gardevoir. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. It's possible. Terra Poison Terra Blast lets Cloyster hit the Zarina, which is the only other Pokemon that it's meant to be answering here. Once Zarina and Sneasler go down, I will just be sacking Cloyster for momentum because I don't need it anymore. Although it can be kind of annoying for my opponent to switch into. Like, if Zarina doesn't come or goes down early, well, that also requires, like, Blastoise to be dead. But if I come in on Sneasler, then Liquidation is pretty free click into the team. assuming that two of the most important Pokemon are dead. Yeah. Terra Poison, Terra Blast lets me hit Zarina. I already said that because I meant to be walling Zarina, and I can't hit it with Ice Shard because of Queenly Majesty. And Teleport just gives me pivoting. If it's Choice Scarf Sneasler, then I can just click port against it, or against a Zarina. I can just port out into something which I can then use to start wall breaking, which is good. Yeah, it's a simple set. Ice Shard also lets me revenge kill a Lando Eye from half health, unless it's Yachi, in which case I can't. But if it's Rock Polish Lando Eye, then I can stop it from beating my whole team because I have Ice Shard. I love Ice Shard. Ice Shard is a really funny move. I really like it. Why am I just talking about Ice Shard? I don't know. I'm getting very off topic. Not really. Ice Shard. Anyway, next. God of War. See, I was thinking about this God of War set when I was having lunch yesterday. That probably doesn't mean anything. But I was thinking about it because initially it was a different set and they decided to change it while I was having lunch because I thought of this set while I was eating lunch. As you can see, it's max HP, max special defense, min speed God of War. The plan is I just don't use it in the battle at all. That is quite literally the plan. I'm serious. This is the plan. The plan is to win without needing to use the God of War. However, the God of War may need to be used. The main example, and by main I mean pretty much the only one, is if Iron Crown gets out of hand, if it's some agility, calm mind, weakness policy sort of thing, and I accidentally proc its weakness policy and it also agilities, and then it's going to sweep my whole team, I go God of War, I click Endure. Endure makes me live the Tachyon Cutter, which then activates my Custap Berry. I click Destiny Bond with the Custap Berry, and they kill me, and I trade the crown for my God of War, which is good because I don't really care about this God of War. Its whole job is just to die. What a great return. God of War was the golden child for the first 4 weeks, came to all first four, was third on the kill leaderboard, and then I just didn't bring it for the rest of the season. Now it's back, and its only job is to die. Feel kind of bad, honestly. Anyway, Pokemon is Pokemon, I guess. Yeah, that's the entire plan. However, I have moves which aren't Endure and Destiny Bond because if my opponent sees God of War come in and just click Endure, they're probably thinking, oh, it's Custap Berry. I didn't see a Select Berry. I didn't see a Pataya Berry. I didn't see a Weakness Policy. It could be Rocky Helmet, but I don't think it's Rocky Helmet because what physical attacker on this team is he checking with Rocky Helmet God of War? The fighting type's a poison type. So he deduces using the knowledge that it's Custap Destiny Bond, right? Then he goes for a setup move. Let's say he goes for Calm Mind. On the next turn, I'm going to be slower because I am min speed. This makes me slower than everything except for... I'm definitely faster than Sableye. I didn't actually check if I'm slower than just regular Incineroar / Glimmet. I genuinely did not think to check. I was slower than Frosmoth. I don't remember by how much. I'm just going to assume I'm slower than them. It's better for me if I'm slower. I wasn't much faster than Sableye, I don't think. Because of this, they need to use another setup move because the last move I used was still Destiny Bond, and if they kill me, then they die. Which means, on the turn after I go for Destiny Bond, unless I get the kill with Destiny Bond, I click Encore. I Encore it into the status move. This gives me 3 turns. The first turn of Encore, I click Healing Wish, I bring Annihilate back from the grave, or I guess I could also bring back Cloyster if I need to. But it's highly likely to just be Annihilate. Annihilate is nearly dead, Annihilate comes back, then I have 2 turns with Annihilate to kill the crown. However, if my opponent switches, as a Healing Wish, I just go into whatever makes the most sense. Or I could just go Annihilate to get the Healing Wish off on it. Annihilate is quite fun here as a wall breaker. Other option is they switch as I go for the Destiny Bond. I just click Healing Wish. Like, I'm at 1 HP. I already used my cast at berry. Gardevoir doesn't really have a job. Actually, no, I don't. I click Encore, and then I click Healing Wish. Because if they hit me, they still die to Bond, right? So they can't hit me, so I just Encore, and then I just Healing Wish on the next turn. Good job, me. I revised my plan that I made up yesterday while eating lunch. If they switch as I Encore, I don't know, man. At that point, I'm just kind of screwed, hey? Like, that's just not very good for me. I just click Healing Wish, I think, there. Or I could Encore again. I don't know. I haven't thought this out enough. I thought it out. I was thinking I was really smart yesterday at lunch when I was thinking of this. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm realizing it's not that smart. Let's pretend it's really smart and I know what I'm doing. The reason I'm in speed is so that, like, if they go into something slower than me and try and click an attacking move like U-turn with Zarina, it just dies. Fun, because Destiny Bond. Yeah, this is also my check to Frostmoth because I'll trace Ice Scales. So Frostmoth does, like, no damage to me, and I can just Encore it into Quiver Dance or whatever, and then I can go kill it with Annihilate or Cloyster. Or if I Encore it into Ice Beam, then I can Endure and Destiny Bond to kill it, depending on how I feel, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Yeah, this is just to hopefully stop me losing to Crown. Will it work? I don't know. I hope it will. I've kind of talked myself out of thinking it's going to work. Maybe I should go back to the old set. No, I'm not going back to the old set. That was even worse. Okay, let's just move on from the Gardevoir. I'll stop talking about it, and that'll make me feel better. Annihilate is the next Pokemon on this team. It's Assault Vest. Hooray. Yeah, I'm just max attack, adamant, max HP, the rest in special defense. Actually, I'm not. I'm 248 HP, 8 special defense, because that gives me like 3 special defense in return for 1 HP, which makes me tankier on the special side. Very slightly. Wow, mathematics. This is just meant to eat hits and kill things. With Rage Fist, Drain Punch, Earthquake, and Ice Punch, there is very little on this team that Annihilate can't 1v1. Which I will now proceed to name all the Pokemon I can think of that Ape can't 1v1. Choice Band, Tapu Koko, Iron Defense, Carmine, Roost, Tapu Koko. A Sneasler with enough defense investment to never die to Earthquake, which also has Sword Dance and Flying Gem Acrobatics. Landorus Incarnate with, like... Actually, maybe I beat every Landoi. I don't think it has a... I lied. Landoi with, Landoi needs to, like, be in, like, a crap ton defense to live Ice Punch, and then also be Nasty Plot, and then also get a crit with Life Orb Psychic, I think. No, I lied. It just needs to be, like, Yachi Berry, Sword Stance, Fly. That's true. That can beat me. Iron Crown, just, like, weakness policy Carmine, it eats the hit while it Carmines and then kills me. Mega Blastoise in general kind of just cooks this guy. Actually, if it's not max special attack, it does like no damage and I can just Drain Punch and then kill it with Rage Fist. Unless it gets a Scald Burn, in which case I can't. Incineroar just doesn't beat it. Incineroar is not good here anyway. Zarina also doesn't really beat it unless it flinches it a bunch with Zen Headbutt if it's fast. Or if it is like Choice Band Play Rough and it just 2-shots me. Sableye kind of just always 1v1s this regardless of set unless it clicks like freaking Beat Up and then dies to Rage Fist and it's not Will-O-Wisp or Thunder Wave or Reflect or Recover or any of that. Frostmoth needs to be like Terra Flying Hurricane to be able to do enough damage to kill me. And Glimmet is not a real Pokemon, so it doesn't count. Realizing now, more Pokemon beat Annihilate than I thought. Anyway, the point is, most of those sets are very unconventional. Realistically, the only things which actually beat it are if the Iron Crown just sets up in its face. Or Sableye, or Mega Blastoise. Everything else I kind of just bully. Earthquake guaranteed kills Coco. Max special attack Gleam does less than 40%. Earthquake guarantees a kill on Sneasler. And like Flying Gem Acrobatics doesn't actually do that much. It only does like 80%. It doesn't kill me, which is cool, unless it gets Absorb Sense. Sheer Force Life Orb Psychic from Lando I only does like 40 something percent. It does under half, and then Ice Punch is a guaranteed kill. Iron Crown Psychic Noise does less than half to me. I'm pretty sure Specs Terra Psychic I just survive, and then I kill it back with Rage Fist after the boost. Mega Blastoise does like no damage. Like it does like 25% with Scald if it's not invested, and if it is invested, then it does more, obviously. But then it can't be Fizz Step, so that's cool. Incineroar just gets bullied by me. I'm actually faster than the Zarina, which is cool, and it doesn't do too much unless it's pretty invested in attack, in which case Power Whip does two-shot me, and so does Play Rough, and I'm pretty sure it's in Headbutt as well. Sableye bullies it. Frostmoth can't do too much unless it's pretty offensive, but then it should just get blown up, and Glimmet is fake. Anyway, moving on. Rotom Heat. The point is, Ape kind of just 1v1s everything on the team, and I can kind of just sit there, keep punching things, get to low HP, sack something, use Gardevoir to Healing Wish it, and use it to force even more damage in the late game to get and then sack it to win with Grid, is the idea. Scarf Rotom Heat, this is my lead. Why? Overheat kind of just two-shots everything on this team, except for the ones that resist it, which is really funny. And also tricking a Choice Scarf onto so much of this team is really good for me. If I give Sneasler a Scarf, then I just bully it with Cloyster and it's more manageable. I give Lando I a Scarf, does less damage and it locks into a move, it's more manageable. Give Crown a Scarf, it can't set up, it's locked into a move, it's more manageable. Give Instant a Scarf, I probably get Boots back anyway, more manageable. It's just easier to deal with stuff when they have Choice Scarfs. But Rotom Heat just clicking Overheat is kind of annoying for my opponent, unless they bring specially defensive, what's it called? Mega Blastoise, or I guess Incineroar. They can't really switch into Overheat super well. It two-shots so much of this team. Volt Switch lets me pivot on the lead. Yeah, and it's just a nice lead. I can just click whatever I feel like and have a good time. Then I have Spadef Klefki. This was a very late addition because I realized that I don't have anything to switch into Mega Blastoise. So I switched Klefki in and I Toxic it, and then I defog away any rocks or screens or electric terrain, and I set up spikes or whatever, and I kind of just sit there and let the Blastoise get chipped to get the Greninja endgame. This is also technically a switch into Coco, sort of, I guess. Not really. And I guess it also checks Frostmoth, unless it's like Terrafire or Terra Ground, Terra Blast. I guess. Kind of. I don't know. This is mainly just here to switch into Megastoise and Toxic it, because I didn't know what to put as my 6th Pokemon. I tested a bunch of different stuff. None of it really worked, so I just ended up using Klefki because it's more consistent and helps with the game plan more of getting chip on the stuff with chances Greninja so that I can win with Greninja. Anyway, that's the team for finals, which I know is quite late. It's already a week late and we're postponing it more. Playing on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Saturday. Yep, that's what day it is. Yeah, it's going to be in some time, but I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a fun one. Probably not a very long one, but a fun one nonetheless. And I guess I'll see you in the battle. It's finals. I'm going to lead Rotom. Alright, that's a Sneasler. I will be clicking Overheat because this is Choice Scarf and they're going to U-turn into Lando Y. I lied, it's not Choice Scarf. They've instantly gone for Toxic Spikes. Okay, that's fun. Well, now they know I'm Scarfed, I guess. Instant comes in, it's Intimidate, okay. 10%, let's count that damage. I believe that to be especially defensive? Yeah, let's not calm, careful. that's lovely. This is just... Oh, it's Nose Arena in favor of Ensign. Just gonna put Terra Poison and go for Port. Okay, cool. He goes Parting Shot. I'm very glad I went for Port. In comes Stoice. I go out into Rotom. And I'm simply just gonna Volt Switch. If they go out into Lando, I can always just sack Cloyster. I can kill Sneasler later. Isn't that fun? Yeah. That's how I pretend I know what I'm doing. Oh, I should check the Terra types. It is Electric on Crown. Okay. Crown is Terra Electric. I will try and remember that. Okay. I don't want to deal with these T-Spikes, and I don't need Cloyster anymore because Sneasler is dead. So... that's cool. T-Spikes are gone forever. Thank God. Lando could still be rocks, but other than that, there are no hazards. Okay, Lando just comes in. I'm just gonna... Ice Shard for damage. It could be Yachi. It's not Yachi. Oh shit, Gravity. That's kind of crazy. Crown comes in. I'll just click Liqui. Actually, I can count the 7%. That looks just offensive. Although it could be defensive. Goose Carmine, 29. That's a nice defense drop. Is that neutral defense? I think it might be like max HP. This is 46. And he's probably just gonna hit me now, so I shard. And the crit. Yeah. Can't do much about that one really. Is this an overheat range? Yes, it is an overheat range. Oh shit, I forgot that it's... Oh, I killed. I knew that would happen. I mean, this is technically my switch into Coco, right? Why is everything Carmine, bro? Okay, it's fine. Get out my Toxic, T-Bolt. If I get rid of the terrain, do I die? Can I get an offensive set, please? Yes, I do. Near guaranteed. Spike is Spike. Oh, I'm so good at Pokemon. I'm gonna go ape in case they Parting Shot, because I think it would be funny. They Parting Shot it. Okay, Lando comes in. This should be in Drain Punch range. Give me my HP back. Yeah. Okay, that healing's kind of pathetic, honestly. It's not terrible. Stoice comes in. This is Fizz Def, and it goes big mode. I'm just gonna Drain Punch, really. Oh my god, that is like max special attack, I think. And I'm AV, so this will not do very much to me. I can't believe this finals. This is so funny. Yeah. This is... I don't even... Maybe Annihilate is a good Pokemon. Well... Yeah, this is, I should probably think of something to say. Apparently this is in range of just Rage Fist. This game is stupid. I don't like Toxic Spikes. But I won, I guess. So, yeah. That's pretty cool. This is such a stupid way to win. Yeah, anyway, I guess I'll see you in the next one.